Well, hello everyone, and let's talk about the upcoming maintenance, shall we, which will start in less than 24 hours. And yes, by the way, I have a brand new webcam, and I think it's pretty nice. But anyway, let's talk about it. So it's finally here. The last thing that was talked about during the second anniversary is that our raid for the month will be a Dragon Quest raid. And we have been waiting a long time for Dragon Quest to come back, so it's nice to see it coming back, and not only with some new units, but also some old units. But first, let's talk about it. So it is a raid event. It will take place from the 20th of November to the 30th of November. So good amount of time to get some raid event. And here's the nice thing, it is not a weapon enhancement raid. So this one will probably, let's not say it too loudly, will very probably actually have some good amount of not going down, like no maintenance, hopefully no emergency maintenance, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So it's a pretty standard raid. Get raid coins, spend it, get rewards going up the ladder. Nothing too nice. But there is something really major, and this harkens back to the first that first Final Fantasy XIV raid where we ended up getting a 5-star unit that could go to a 6-star unit. Well, this time we get a 5-star unit that can go to a 7-star unit. So it's basically a free 7-star. And for those of you who don't have many 7-stars yet, or even who don't have any 7 stars period, this will be a nice little reward as he is gotten from the raid gacha. How rare will he be? He might be quite rare, but as you go up you should be able to at least get one of him, and pretty good odds that you'll get multiple of him so long as you're playing the raid constantly, which is fine because the raid has some nice rewards in general. But let's talk a little bit about him, shall we? Well, what we know is that he is Marquis de Lion, or King Lion. He's a 5 to 7 star, his limit break does ice damage, his TMR is 120 attack, 15% HP claw, so not bad for fist fighters. Tifa's coming eventually, remember that. He's a high-powered attacker, he has a single target defense ignoring nuke. Who doesn't have nukes these days, right? That's a little too topical. He has an AoE Ice Nuke and Imperil. He has a 4 to 8 hit barrage, and he gains some full breaks and a provoke self-attack defense buff plus mitigation, so that could be pretty interesting. So in his 7-star form, I don't know, maybe he'll be some kind of free provoke tank. That'd be pretty cool. Till we see the data, we never know. Right? That's always the big thing. We gotta wait for the actual data to show up. We also have Draki. Draki is a 3 to 5 star. Materia TMR is a 10% MP and 15% dark resistance. It's not bad if you have a specific time you need dark resist, a little extra dark resistance. Nothing particularly special about him. I mean, cute little unit, but pretty much just a collectible. I'm not calling them TMR fodder anymore, I'm calling them collectibles. And the last one to talk about is Slime, who has basically a limit break big fire attack. I had tons of Slimes back in the day, so very easy one to get a TMR for. Whether it's useful, well, I guess you can give a unit something. As for the raid equipments, some fairly nice stuff. A spear with 90 attack and dragon and demon killer, always nice to have more killers. Claws with 70 attack and demon killer. Staff with 11 attack, 34 magic and 54 spirit. Yeah, we'll take some spirit equipment. And an accessory, 1 defense, 1 spirit, and 10% HP with a 15% fire resistance. All in all, seems okay. Nothing particularly that great, but when raids basically give you just some free stuff, no complaints. Especially that we're getting a 5-7 star. That's actually really cool. So we have our brand new banner, and the banner looks actually pretty nice because it is a single 5-star unit. It goes up to 7-star. That would be S-star here, and the banner will actually last till the 1st of December. So that's a long time for us to do daily pulls, and we'll talk about how much this is actually worth it. But his TMR is Sword Mastery plus Limit Burst per turn, so if it's a 50% Sword Mastery, that would be really pretty nice little TMR. Not the best, but you know, TMRs of 5 stars are about this quality lately. And other than that, his Limit Burst is a single target critical damage. No idea. Guess we'll find out what that means a little later. He's an attacker, he has nukes, he has barrage, he has Dispel Go, which is kind of interesting. Kind of makes me think might be a little bit like Sephiroth or Beatrix, and you know, he's mainly an attacker who can do a few other things, and more units with Dispel Go, the better. After 7-star, he strengthens his single target defense ignoring nuke and various other abilities, and he has an AoE nuke plus Dark Imperil and Self-Dark Imbune. Doesn't seem like he will be a true dual hand unit, so he could be quite interesting. Could be a fun little unit to get your hands on. And he looks pretty cool too. I can't wait to see him. I hope a lot of people end up getting him. I'm always a little more partial to actually drawing for Mog Kings, because you actually need Mog King units, and I have had the worst track record of ever getting a 5-star limited time unit. Oh yes, by the way, these are all limited time units. I shouldn't have to say that. But I did, so there you go. We have the Uber Killing Machine. I plan to hopefully at least get one of these. A hammer with 103 attack, 20% HP, and Man-Eater. Hey, nothing wrong with that. AoE damage plus Dispel for his Limit Burst. Attacker with various killers. He has AoE Double Cut and Man-Eater. Single target nukes, demon killers, and strong single target nuke. It's a 4/6, probably won't be anything that special, but worth getting at least one of him, I think. I hope, anyway. The next unit we have is, and the last new unit, is the Slime Knight, with a light shield as his TMR, 48 defense and spirit, and 50% water resistance. So a water shield. If this TMR I would just like to get, because eventually you will have to fight a upgraded version of Leviathan, so having a water tank would be good, and having this shield I think will help. Planning for the future. Other than that, single target thunder nuke, so he's a thunder attacker, he has a wind nuke, he has an ice nuke, he has a W ability. It's okay. It's okay. Also, apparently Robin Hood and Golem are on this banner as well, so you can get, there are some 3 stars, and there are 2 4 stars, and 1 5-star. Honestly, not bad. I was expecting much worse. You think that there would be 2 5 stars, but I guess that's on the other banner. So returning are the old units, so if you never got a chance to get these units, now's your chance. And what's actually better is that our big 5-star unit from that banner will actually be getting a 7-star. Now, Dragon Lord here, he wasn't very good back then, and I don't know if he'll be very good in the future. He's definitely fallen long since out of the meta, and nobody who has him uses him. So whether his 5-star to 7-star will, like his 7-star will make that big of a difference, I don't know. But if you want to go for him, that's your choice. There's also Orochi, Liquid Metal Slime, Killing Machine, Golem, and Robin Hood. Now, Robin Hood has a, it's basically an axe TMR. Golem has a 40% defense, I believe. But let's just talk about the real thing. The real reason I think you're going to want to pull on the old banner is possibly Liquid Metal Slime. He is a fantastic, unique tank unit, and he is probably just one of the coolest old units you could get your hands on. He's definitely the one 4-star I want off this banner. As for Arachi, I'm actually going to pull him up real quick because I want to see. His Trust Mastery is a 60% defense after HP falls below 50%, and 60% after HP drops below 50%, and plus 40% attack. So Arachi actually has a really nice general TMR. Getting your hands on 1 or 2 of him would be more than good. Liquid Metal Slimes is a 49 defense light shield with 100% resistance to poison, sleep, paralyze, confuse, virus, and petrify. Again, super nice TMR. Even nowadays, I think it's really nice. And Killing Machine is a 105 attack sword with killers on it, with a killer on it. A killer that is against, I think, humans? No, machines. So another machine killer sword is actually really, really nice if you can get your hands on that. So really, let's talk about these banners really quickly and my overall thoughts about them. First thing, if you're going to pull on this banner, on the old banner, I don't think you should really be aiming for Dragon Lord. I mean, if you really like him and you're a fan of Dragon Quest, then you're not going to listen to a thing I say, and you're probably going to anyway because, you know, you like this series. But for someone like me, who is not a particularly big Dragon Quest fan, getting your hands on any of these 4 stars for their TMR units are super good, and this will be your last chance for a long time because these are limited units. And again, they will probably come back for the next Dragon Quest event, because it's Japan and we get Dragon Quest events. We're not global. Oh yes, I went there. But anyway, getting any of these 4-star units is much, much easier than trying to aim after the 5-star units, and they all still have really good TMRs. Even to this day, I would argue that these are some really great TMRs to get your hands on. And particularly if there is one unit I think you should go for, it is the Metal Slime, because he is such a cool, unique tank unit that we have never seen, and so many people who are playing right now have never got him. So if you have the chance, I would go for at least a Liquid Metal Slime, and possibly a Killing Machine, just for that TMR. That sword is useful because we see so many machine enemies. And talking about the new banner, well, other than the fact that we get a brand new 5 7-star, and what's cooler is it's our first limited 5 7-star. I imagine that he is a unit we should probably wait to see the data on to see how viable he will be as an actual tier unit. Now, if you care about Dragon Quest and this is just your banner, then spend away. Go for it. I hope you get lots of them. It does suck that there is not a step-up banner to help a little bit, but getting your hands on either of the 4-star units I think is okay. I think they're cool designs. I think they're pretty neat. If I had my choice, I'd probably want the Uber Killing Machine. But as such, my review is as follows. If you're really into the S-Star and getting a 5 7-star, that will probably be pretty good, pretty damn good, because 7 stars are insane right now, then it's a good then you should probably put more resources on the new banner than the old banner. And if you are a player who's just kind of okay and you want some nice TMRs, I think you should go on the old banner because it has some better TMRs. And if you're just looking at TMRs in general, just aim for the 4 stars, and if you get a 5-star, good for you. For one thing, the 5 stars, and I'm going to talk about this really, really quickly, new 5 stars like Nal, Naru, Rinoa, and Squall just don't feel that good to pull anymore. That feeling of getting a 5-star has definitely gotten much worse when you know, well, I got it, now I just need one more to get the most out of it. And that can feel bad when you're a free-to-play player or anything like that, and the unit of choice tickets just aren't rolling out fast enough to really feel like those are going to help a lot of players. It feels nice to get that unit of choice, but it's not going to be enough, and it's definitely not going to help you with limited time units. So it'll be interesting to see what fans' reactions are to this and how the community in general thinks, especially with things, and it's hard not to talk about this because it's such a big thing right now, with the way Star Wars Battlefront is going, how things might change in the near future for any raid system or any gacha system. Because eventually the backlash gets too much. And we'll see. Maybe Alum / Gumi / all of these guys will get a little bit more generous. They always get more generous over time. But for now, this could be a potentially really expensive banner. But it's a limited time one, so what are you going to do? And other than that, I don't think there is very much to talk about. Oh wait. Yes, there is. Amongst all of this great news of seeing another Dragon Quest unit, or Dragon Quest event, a Dragon Quest event, there are some things about the maintenance. First of all, it will be a 5-hour maintenance, so make sure you spend all your raid orbs, energy, anything that you want to get rid of. Make sure you have it all gone before before maintenance starts, like usual. Nothing really new there. But I am going to talk a little bit about some of the other things that they are supposedly fixing. First of all, there are some fixes that are going to be put in place. The reload button is supposed to be getting fixed, which is a good news, as it basically defeats the point of a reload button if it's causing you lag and you can't properly chain. They're going to fix some bugs with Awakening Rain, some fixes with the Item World upgraded TMRs not proccing TMR abilities, which, god damn it, just roll back all of the Item World upgrade stuff. Something about a Berserk bug, which I don't think anybody's really encountered because Berserk is not used almost at all in the game. Fix of 12 weapons being duplicated when upgraded in Item World, which, by the way, if you're wondering what Item World was, it was the raid where we enhanced weapons that caused a massive amount of problems, and some general other bug fixes. Now, a couple of things. First of all, just be prepared ahead of time. We know that a lot of big fixes can sometimes cause more bugs, so you might want to expect, because this is a 5-hour maintenance and we normally don't get 5-hour maintenances for raids, at least not in the last few months of raids, I don't think. You should expect possibly some emergency maintenance after this. It could be possible. Now, they're bug fixes, so hopefully they've been tested, but Alum seems to be having a lot of trouble lately, and after last month's disaster with its raid, it's better just to be safe. Now, how do you do this? Just make sure you spend as much energy before the game goes down, and that you are... what's the word? Spend as many of your arena orbs as you can, and, you know, kind of just be prepared for emergency maintenance if something happens. That's a big if, but I think it's also a likely if, because anything to do with the Item World fixes lately just seems to make more problems and cause more maintenance. Yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much all the big things that are coming in this maintenance, and it looks to be pretty exciting to get a normal raid that I can actually play, unlike last month. I also look forward to doing some banner pulls, or maybe I won't be doing any banner pulls. I'm really hoping that my Moogle problem has gone away. Other than that, that's pretty much everything to look forward into the near future. Probably quickly after the raid is announced, we'll hear about the next live stream event, where we'll hopefully get some more tickets, because tickets and free stuff is always good to have. So anyway, that's everything for today, and I hope to be streaming a little bit more next week. It's been a busy last week with a whole bunch of things at work, and I just haven't had really too much time to try any new trials. I've just been getting some enhancement stones and trying to keep above 10k in the arena because I want those limit burst pots for all my units. Alright, so that's everything. Thanks for watching, and let's hope for, well, as little maintenance as possible. It is alum, and we have had bad history lately. Anyway, I'll see you next time.